Hello everyone, bj.mccranie here with Berkshire Hathaway. Another episode of our Canton Community Highlights. I'm sitting here with Renee with Uplevel Design today. We're here at Whitetail and the Mill on Etowah. We just finished up with our Canton Business Club meeting earlier today at Reformation. But Renee, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, hi, my name is Renee. I own Uplevel Design Studio. I'm a brand and graphic designer. I work with small businesses, service-based businesses, mostly, to help them create brand identities, to help them instill confidence in their customer and connect with them on an emotional level.
Awesome. Renee and I are going to be getting together a little bit after this to talk about my personal branding, so I'm really excited about that, and I know how important that is. Some good friends of mine, Wheelhouse Realty, are just upstairs in the office space up there, have done a great job with that, but you know, Laura has some marketing background, so for us that do not have that, it's important to have somebody that can certainly help with that. So tell us a little bit about what you do through Uplevel and how we can help create those branding.
I mean, you know, whether you're just starting out or need to refresh, sometimes when you're just starting out, you need to bootstrap and just get something going. And there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to do what you have to do. And I think moving forward and making progress is better than just being scared thinking you need to have $1,000 logo package, you know, all put together for you to even start. So I encourage people to just do what you got to do to get going. And at some point during your business process in your life as a business owner, you start to understand your customer better, the target audience that you have better, and so you're ready to kind of refresh all of that and make it a little more succinct, I guess. And that is definitely a collaborative process. That's how I like to work. I actually rebranded myself earlier this year, and even though I do this, I reached out to somebody else that is business minded and wanted to bounce ideas off somebody. So I work collaboratively with the business owner. I walk them through. I have a whole process and questions that we ask to really unveil and pull out values and your mission and the feeling that you want to have. It's not just colors and fonts, it's your voice.
Right.
And what you want to be known for, who you want to attract to your business. So I work with people on that collaboratively to kind of get them where they want to go.
Sure, yeah. That's an incredible asset. I mean, I think it certainly provides you that direction in your business, and that's important. I mean, we were talking about that earlier, if you're all over the place, not really knowing where you want to go, it's not helpful for those that you're trying to, you know, help guide along, right?
Yes.
So it's important to have that. So give us a little bit about your background and what you were doing prior to open up Uplevel.
Okay, so actually I grew up in the sign business. My dad and my mom own a sign company. They've been doing it for 45 years. It's Cowan Signs in Woodstock. And, you know, at the time when you're living it and you're young, you don't realize how much that has an impact on you.
Yeah.
And I was absorbing design theory, all of that. I didn't even realize it. And just throughout the years, you know, they never were pushing me to take over the family business or anything, so they allowed me to explore what I was interested in, and I'm very thankful for that. But I just got to a place where I knew I needed to work for myself. The entrepreneurial spirit was on fire in me.
Yeah, sure.
Watching them do their thing, and I was very well aware of the ups and downs that came along with entrepreneurship and owning your own business. So I started my own thing after years of trying to figure out other things in 2018, and used the things that I learned from my dad and my mom to really hone in what I believe is important to businesses. I've learned that, my tagline is more than just a logo.
Right.
So my job is to make sure that your logo is functional. It can be read quickly and understood quickly.
Right.
It conveys the message you want it to convey quickly. I've taken on more
and memorable.
Memorable.
Right? Yeah.
Memorable, of course. Brand recognition is so important. I know this is kind of steering away from why I started. I mean, that's why I started.
Yeah, of course. When you were at the sign store, I'm sure you created a lot of different types and pictures and logos and so forth. So speak a little bit about, I know we were talking about how the brand is important, but when you get to that point and you have that direction and you have that message that you want to show, how do you create something that is unique to that person or unique to the world as a whole? Because that's the part of it, is you see these logos and you don't see anything like it. How do you create something like that? I always thought that was...
It is pretty interesting, and I love that it's a challenge, and that's the fun part.
Right.
I was just talking to someone from the Canton Business Club yesterday about this, where I don't want to say it's my specialty, but I'm not an illustrative logo designer. I don't draw. You probably, if you Google it, you'll know what I mean by illustrative. But my goal is to keep taking things away from a design to where it's still functional,
right?
But it's not busy. It's simple.
Yes,
I said there's beauty and simplicity,
right?
And that's hard to do.
Yeah.
So I love talking. Whenever somebody has an idea of what they want, I love taking that and then finding a unique way of representing it that's not overly obvious.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's, I'll look at something that logos that other people do, and when it's just this little clever thing that they do, I'm like, oh, I just have so much respect for that. And so that's what I like to do. And every job I get, every client I work with, it's a challenge, and I learn something from it. So I'm confident in what I do. I know I can do it really well because of my years of being immersed in the world of it. But I'm humble enough to know that I don't know everything.
Yeah.
And so that's the collaborative part that I love. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super excited to get with you today and speak on my personal business, but tell everyone how they can reach out to you.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, actually, at Uplevel Design Studio and upleveldesignstudio.com.
Awesome. Briefly, though, before we go, we were talking about the entrepreneurial program for the youth. Tell us a little bit about that.
So myself and my best friend Amy, I have 2 daughters, she has 3, and they had started their own businesses, and we created a market last summer where they were competing with other kids as well, and not competing at farmers markets and other craft fairs with adults. And it's took off. We did another one in November, and we'll have another one here at the mill. You're the first to know. The end of April. But we've started a nonprofit called Empowered Youth, and the whole mission behind it is to support and inspire and help grow the entrepreneurial spirit in children.
That's awesome. That sounds awesome and exciting.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely get back with you soon to highlight that as well. But stay tuned for more videos. Again, if you're interested in being featured on our new Canton website, just reach out to me. Again, I'll probably reach out to you before I hear from you, but it's going to be a lot of fun throughout this process. And go to the website, look at what events are coming up. It's your hub for everything local in the community, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great week.